In a world ravaged by organized crime, one man, wait, no, up to two people, take on the role of a cop with a serious disrespect for crime, due process, artwork, sculptures, computers, and the chain of custody.
I'm just going to hold on to this. Hello and welcome. My name's Boz and welcome to Boz Tech. Today's topic of discussion is Rico, a game by a British developer called Groundshot Studios and published by Rising Star Games and Thunderfall. Now I should start by saying this game was very kindly provided to me via code and I'm very grateful for that. This game has just recently come out and it's available from the Eshop for $17.99. It's a little known company that's only been in development for a few years, so they've only got one other project under their name. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. So it should be interesting to see what happens for them in the future based on this game and its promise. Now, this game is a co-op first-person shooter in which you take down gangs in order to solve a case. Technically, your characters are referred to as detectives, but they're more the Dirty Harry variety than the Sherlock Holmes
Every
type.
problem is absurdly simple when it is explained to you. Bum, bum, bum.
Nope. The type of investigating you'll be doing is investigating the effect of bullets on entering bodies. Turns out they're pretty effective. It's a very arcadey style game, much more suited to those looking for a bit of random fun than those looking for a deep narrative. The plot, well, what there is more akin to a B-movie, and this is reflected in its styling on the eShop as a buddy cop shooter. Indeed, I can see this having the potential to be great fun with a buddy in local co-op, or with voice chat over the internet, both of which are supported here. The game's art style leads itself very well to this type of arcade experience. Each room is a mini objective, complete with a room cleared notification and a satisfying ding that lets you know you've done the job. So let's look at what the game does well and where it falls down a bit. As previously mentioned, the art style is very interesting with a cel-shaded, almost comic book style that evokes memories of games like 13 from the PS2 era. I like this, and it certainly put me in a good frame of mind for this game immediately. The cartoonishness of the splatter and gore separates the violence from the action. It's much more comfortable playing this game than what a realistic version of this might be. It makes it almost comical. That's not where the comedy ends either. As previously stated, the B-movie-like nature had me laughing at a couple of points during the intro sequence, and the humour in the game let me know that it was a British production before I'd even bothered to look it up. The game's main mode is Cases. It's something of a roguelike campaign, with progression elements unlocked through completing various mission extras. And the extra weapons and mods certainly add a little bit of fun to the game. The additional missions, however, seem to quickly repeat themselves, and the procedural generation of both these and the maps can lead you to feeling like you've done this before after a few goes through. Procedural generation also means that the difficulty can vary from game to game. If you're good at first-person shooters, I don't know how much the game will challenge you. I found that it was sufficiently hard enough on medium difficulty. I experienced a few setbacks along the way, but these mistakes were something I could usually trade back to something which I had done. The gameplay is solid and the gunplay is solid, but it takes some getting used to, and once I was used to the recoil and iron sights, I found it a lot less frustrating, but you might have a little bit of a curve settling in there. The game supports tilt controls, which is great to see in such a budget title, but seriously, only one control scheme? Come on. As I say, the tilt controls very functional, but I don't find myself using them in handheld mode. Just tilting the screen that I'm playing on just doesn't feel right. With a Joy-Con or with the Pro Controller, they work just fine, but they're possibly not quite as polished as in other games. The gameplay is fun if you enjoy it. If you enjoy a pulse-pounding shoot fest mixed with a bit of slow-mo and some tactical side of things, it's easily understandable and quick to jump into, and that suits the arcade gameplay very well. I unfortunately haven't had a chance to play co-op yet, but I think it would be a lot of fun with a friend. Trying to get to the top of the daily trial mode with a friend would be a real blast and something of a meaty challenge. I'd like to see a persistent top scoreboard though, because they reset every day. So not having an all-time winner, I'm not good enough to reach the top of these ever, but I know someone out there would really enjoy this. Now for some of my lesser complaints. The game is short of a few polishing touches. There's no real story mode, which I would have loved to have seen, mostly due to the humour of the opening intro. This is sacrificed for replayability of the case mode, which serves as a campaign of sorts, but I don't know that I'd find myself coming back to play it again more than a handful of times. The daily challenges with leaderboards and quick levels are welcome, but really don't differentiate the game much from the main mode. The menu screen and interface seems a bit of an afterthought, and for the love of God, don't make me press a button to get up my map and have it cover all of my screen. A simple translucent minimap tucked away in one corner would go a long way. There's very rarely any verticality to any of the levels, so I don't see why this wasn't implemented, because it wouldn't be blocking any of the action on screen. Another thing I noticed is I missed music during the game. I feel it could have been tied together so much better by slick music production to go along with the buddy cop movie trappings. Give me some 80s synth or a fast-paced beat and it would tie together the production so much better, taking up its charm levels by a notch all by itself. All in all, it's a sickly presented game, with interesting, if not somewhat shallow mechanics, though this is kind of perfect for the arcade style of play. I'd like to see this game priced at around £10 to £15, as I feel it's a freckle overpriced at $17.99. The game, for those who choose to pick it up, should provide enough value for that, but if the core gameplay doesn't excite you, you're not going to see much play out of this, as the only thing it can offer you is more of the same. Thank you for watching. I've been BozTech, and if you've liked the video then please feel free to like and subscribe. If you've disliked it, feel free to hit that button too. So let me know, what do you think of this game? Have you played it? Has this got you interested? Do you think that there's something missing from it? I kind of feel like there's just a few features that could have been implemented, and I can't really put my finger on exactly what it is, but I know that music definitely would have gone a long way. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye!